Hi everyone, welcome back to Raw FPL. So in this one, it's the Game Week 5 team selection. So I'll first go over how I did in Game Week 4, and it wasn't too bad considering I know a lot of people, they were getting kind of 30, 35 points, so it was okay. It definitely wasn't the best game week, but I think so many people had low scoring game week, and so many players blanked. So yeah, I'll quickly go over how I did in Game Week 4, and then I'll go over my team selection for Game Week 5. And yeah, I'm debating saving the wild card, so I'll go over the kind of pros and cons of saving it to using it. Initially, I looked at Game Week 6, but yeah, I'm tempted to keep it, but I'll talk about that in this video. So if you do like this one, please do drop a like, and we now have reached 50 subscribers. So yeah, thanks a lot for the support. If you are new, please do hit subscribe, and let's jump into it. Okay, so looking at Game Week 4 then, and it was 50 points with the -4 as well, so 46 points. So the hit definitely didn't work. I was obviously debating whether to not do the hit or not, and it was Robertson in, and I took out... Who did I even take out? Oh yeah, it was Lewis Hall. Yeah, so I had to take out Lewis Hall because he wasn't even starting. Turns out he did start. So just to make it even worse, he did start. Thankfully, he only got 2 points. But yeah, Robertson in for Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall got 2 points. Robertson got 1, so that didn't go too well. And then Odegaard, he was injured on international duty. And I brought Eze in, who obviously blanked. And not only did he blank, but it now looks like he's lost penalties. So Mateta obviously took that penalty. Now, apparently, Mateta and Eze, they are both on penalties, and it's just kind of up to them on the pitch. There was a little clip going around that they were arguing about who to take the penalty. Mateta obviously took it and he scored it. So I think it does make Eze a slightly weaker pick now because he's not on penalties for sure. But yeah, I mean, I still think he's pretty good. He has got some decent fixtures still. I mean, Man United at home, happy to play him. Everton, Forest, Spurs, Wolves, Fulham. It's not the best, but it's not, it could be worse, and I'm happy to play him. The thing with Eze is, he's going to play, but yeah, definitely that, because he's not on penalties now, he's definitely a slightly weaker option. But yeah, I mean, elsewhere, Guardiola, again, him and Lewis in the same game, they kind of just made them both worse options. Obviously, Guardiola came on at half-time. Now, I think it probably was because of the Champions League, but Ake is injured. So, and look, the fixtures after Arsenal, Newcastle, they do look really good. And they obviously were losing before Pep made the change. So I'm kind of hoping, he is a bit more secure in starts going forward. But yeah, you just never know with Man City. So I think Guardiola going forward, he is still an option, but again, I think he's slightly worse than he was previously. And then Mazaru, he's got the 6 points. Obviously, clean sheet. He did get benched. He did come off and he got hooked about 73 minutes. But other than that, yeah, he still looks all right. He has got some attacking threat as well, and the fixtures, they're not too bad. Especially kind of, game week 8, they look pretty good. So yeah, happy he got the 6 points. He was one of only 3 players who returned for me. Smith Rowe as well, he got an assist, came off just before they conceded, so he got 7 points. Salah, obviously he blanked. Soboslai, he blanked. Solanke, he blanked. I mean, yeah, Isak, half-time, that was kind of the cherry on the top of the cake there. He kind of, went off at half-time for an eye injury. And he's not, he's got 1 goal. He's not looked great, and the fixtures coming up are pretty bad. So I can see why people want to sell him. But, I mean, we'll just have to see what Eddie Howe says. I just think, at the moment, I do feel like I definitely want some Arsenal players going forward, which is why I originally have planned to sort of wildcard in Game Week 6. But I'll talk about that a bit later on. But yeah, then Haaland, he's got the 2 goals, 3 bonus. I mean, he's just been so consistent. If you've not got him, I just think you need him. You can maybe get away with it against Arsenal, but you just never know what he's capable of. So, yeah, I think if you don't have Haaland, you definitely need him in. So yeah, that was the points tally. 46 with the hit, and it was a pretty big red arrow down to 2.4 mil. So it's not not the best rank, not that what I want right now. But yeah, hopefully, the team, I think it looks all right going forward. So yeah, let's take a look at game week 5 and beyond. Okay, so moving on to game week 5, and this is the back line. And for once, I'm actually not having to chase any injury. Well, I say that Isak, he could be out, but I'm hoping he's not. It doesn't. I mean, it's just an eye injury. Hopefully, he should be fine. But yeah, fingers crossed. This is the first game week where I've not had any kind of injuries to deal with. So at the back, we've got Henderson. In hindsight, he probably wasn't the best pick. He's only 4.5 million though, and I don't want to waste a transfer on him. Man United at home, I'm just kind of going to play him, just hope for the best, really. Then we've got Guardiola against Arsenal. Again, I'm just going to play him, hope for the best there, because obviously Arsenal, it could be quite a cagey game. You don't really know. Guardiola, hopefully he's going to be a bit more attacking, especially if Walker plays. We could see him more attacking like the back end last season. So we'll have to see with that. But yeah, I'm just going to play him and kind of hope for the best there. Mazraoui, Palace away. Again, not really expecting a clean sheet there. But to be honest, not many teams have got the best fixtures. Obviously, Liverpool, Robertson, they've got Bournemouth at home, so that's potentially a clean sheet there. And yeah, who knows, he might be able to get some attacking returns. So that's the defence. I'm just not really going to use a free transfer there. I want to kind of save them just for the switch in fixtures for Arsenal. That's if I don't use my wildcard, which again I'll talk about a bit later on. But into midfield, captain Mo Salah. Let's hopefully he can get a few returns. A lot of people will be trying to get him in now for this game, so I'm kind of glad that I've already got him. So he'll be the captain. Decent fixture, and then he goes in the double up with Liverpool with Szoboszlai as well. Bournemouth at home, so he's playing in that number 10 role, and he did get a goal in Champions League as well. So yeah, let's hope he can sort of do the same again against Bournemouth. Smith Rowe, I mean, he's been looking all right. He's got a few returns. Newcastle at home, and his minutes just keep going up as well. And to be fair, Newcastle defensively haven't been what they used to be. So hopefully he can get something. And then Eze, as I said, I think he is slightly weaker than he was previously because we thought he had penalties, but he's still a good option. He's going to play. And Man United at home, they will get chances there. So that's the midfield. And then up top, we've got Solanke. He's got a good fixture, and hopefully he can get his first goal. He looks okay. Obviously, he's coming back from injury, so we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, I think he's got good fixtures coming up as well. So I'm happy to have him because I think if I was going to wildcard, he probably would be on it because his fixtures here, Brentford, Man United, Brighton, West Ham, Palace, Villa, Ipswich, like they're pretty decent for an attacker anyway. So yeah, I definitely don't mind playing him. And then Haaland, he gets the vice captain. Arsenal, the defense is just so good with they've got Gabriel, they've got Saliba, so they are just such a good pair. I think if I didn't have Salah, I probably would captain Haaland still, just because we know he is so good. But I think it's going to be quite difficult against Arsenal. But yeah, again, if you don't have Haaland, I still think you could probably get away with it this week, but I'd look to try and get him in after that. And then Isak, as I said, he has potentially like an eye issue, and apparently he wasn't spotted in training, or wasn't in any photos in training. So we'll just have to see if Eddie Howe gives us any clues as to whether he starts or not. If he doesn't, I'm tempted to do a transfer, but yeah, we'll just have to see what he says, because ideally I do want to keep my options open for not wildcarding in game week 6, and that means trying to save transfers to try and get some Arsenal assets in game week 6. So that's what I'll talk about next, just because initially the plan was to wildcard in game week 6, but looking at the transfers, looking at how it's gone, I can kind of do it with free transfers and not really miss out on too much. So I'll just talk about that in the next section now. But yeah, that's the team there. I think it looks all right. Let's just hope it can be better than game week 4. So, as I said, on to game week 6. Initially, I was going to wildcard, and because of the good fixture swing for Arsenal, a lot of people will be looking to do the same. So, as you can see there, Man City, and then it's Leicester, Southampton, both at home, and then Bournemouth. So, a lot of people will be looking to wildcard to get, trying to attack those fixtures. So yeah, I'm definitely tempted by it, but then also another player that I'd really want is Mbeumo. So yeah, because they've got really good fixtures. Obviously, he's on penalties as well, and he's already got quite a lot of returns already. So I really want him. And yeah, but the plan was to wildcard to do that. But then we're looking to again. Obviously, I'm going to roll this week, and then next week. So this is this week here, game week 5. Again, if you wanted to look at this, you can just go on fpl.team. It's completely free. I mean, you can just kind of have a play around with it, and you can, tells your projected points, and it gives you just kind of like a way to use your transfers and plan them. So this is game week 5, game week 6. So I've transferred out Robertson, and I've transferred in Gabriel, which, yeah, I mean their fixtures, as I said, these 3 here, and to be honest, even Newcastle, Chelsea, they could definitely keep clean sheets there. I could swap Guardiola for Gabriel instead, because I'm kind of thinking his fixture is so much better. So I'm definitely tempted to keep him. I just hope he doesn't get rotated so much. But yeah, so that's. I mean, I've not fully decided on that one, but I definitely want Gabriel in for one of either Guardiola or Robertson. At the moment, I'm leaning towards Robertson, but I suppose we'll see next week. And then what I could do Salah down to Saka. Obviously, Leicester at home, so then I've got kind of double up on Arsenal there, and they're 2 free transfers, and then I'll have 2.6 mil in the bank. So going forward to the next week, obviously, I'm pretty happy with how the team looks there. Maybe Isak against Man City is the kind of only one that I look to change. Mazraoui against Tottenham, again, I could potentially change that. But then, yeah, going forward, I could then do. I've still got 2.6 in the bank, so I could do Szoboszlai up to Mbeumo, or I could do Smith Rowe up to Mbeumo. But yeah, either way. So if I just did Szoboszlai, in fact, no, I probably would do Smith Rowe, to be fair, just because I quite like having some Liverpool attack still. So yeah, I've still got 1.1 in the bank there. So I've got quite a lot to play with still, and it gives me quite good flexibility. So I could even do, I could do Henderson then to Raya. He's got Liverpool away. So I could do that for -4, and I'm kind of thinking, -4 or a wild card. I think at that point you just do the -4, and then you can save the wild card. I mean, I look at this and I'm thinking I'm not really missing too much. I've got triple Arsenal there. I've got Haaland. I've got Eze. I've got Mbeumo. I've got Solanke, who I'd want. And it's not massively different to. I mean, I suppose I wouldn't have Szoboszlai. I probably wouldn't have Guardiola, and I probably wouldn't have Isak. But like all the core players are in here still. So obviously the bench would probably completely change if I was doing a wild card. But the starting 11, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm debating doing that, but I think for this game week anyway, I'm just going to roll. I mean, it gives me good flexibility. So that's the game week 5 team. But as I said, if I roll into game week 6, I'll have 2 free transfers, and I could get Saka and Gabriel in. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Obviously injuries and stuff, probably end up getting some more, in which case I just wildcard. But yeah, that's the plan up to now. So yeah, let me know what you think. Would you wildcard in 6, or would you just not and then just take the -4? Yeah, I think it looks good. So let me know. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments. If you did like this one, please do drop a like, and please hit subscribe if you're new. As I said, a big thank you. 50 subscribers now. So yeah, really appreciate the support. And I'll catch you again after the game week's done. So best of luck, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.